There's been a disturbance nearby.
There's no prologue this time, and part 1 is a recap, so we're just gonna move right into part 2. The voice is revealed to be a man named Dr. Conrad. Back in the Elgin days, Conrad and Schema worked together. It's also revealed that Schema was the one who killed Carl Vey, not Michael like Hatch told us. Conrad basically invented the perfect murder weapon. It's a device that can give someone a heart attack even at a long distance, kind of like Cassie's power. Schema used this to silence Conrad, but he survived and faked his death. They start talking about a way to steal the jewel, which, if you remember, has all of the Elgin's money on it, and it looks like the only way is with an authorization of an Egg or Hatch, and conveniently, Egg Welch has been on the run since Hatch sentenced him to death. Hatch is pondering in his room. Was it the countless murders keeping him awake? Maybe the hours spent torturing children? No. It was one man, David Welch. Welch is the greatest mistake Hatch has made because he knows everything. He knows Elgin Protocol better than Hatch does, and he's eager for revenge. This ends part 2.
Please assist!
There is a lot of Welch lore. Basically, he was a kid with a rough upbringing, and he quickly rose through the Elgin ranks. We also get some Conrad lore. He lost his mother, wife, and unborn child to cancer, so he dedicated his life to killing cancer, which led to the creation of the MEI machine, the same machine that created the electric children. This guy was responsible for all of it. Can you believe it? The voice is an important character. What? We now return to the present day where Welch has just escaped prison. He meets up with a woman named Mei Lee. The Elgin aren't allowed to have relationships, so he's had to keep her secret, but he's been sending her money just in case something like this happened. And thanks to this, she has more than enough money to help Welch flee Taiwan. He creates an advertisement that will hopefully slip through the Elgin watch and make it to the Electro Clan, ending part 3.
A damn bioterrorist is on the loose!
Torsten is in a cell awaiting his execution. I thought the child torture couldn't get any worse, yet here we are. In his cell, a TV turns on every 15 minutes, showing whatever's being fed to the rats, as well as the lights and cameras being on 24/7. At this point, there's no changing his fate. Torsten is going to be fed to the rats one way or another, so Hatch offers him anesthesia if he tells him where Welch is, but of course, Torsten doesn't know that. Hatch gives him 15 days to live and threatens to make his execution worse by putting cages around his vital organs so the rats will have to burrow into his skin to kill him. What the actual fuck? Quentin is scheduled to join the former prime minister in the monkey cage. Hatch comes by to bully him some more, and I'd like to read their interaction for you. You're delusional. Who can challenge me? Who can't I buy off? Michael Vey. He's the good guy. I can see that now. And in the end, he's going to win. Michael Vey is nothing. And at the end, I will feed you his flesh. We are not even halfway through the book, and this is what we're dealing with. Quentin is taken to the monkey cage where he... He's locked up, ending part 4.
Whatever will I do?
Gervaso and Simon come across Welch's ad and decide to start planning a way to rescue him. This ends part 5.
So, what are you wearing?
The Elgin have also found Welch's ad, so they track the phone and prepare to ambush him. He tricks them by taping the phone to a dog, ending part 6.
He's so threatening and stunningly handsome!
Finally, it's time to see the Electro Clan. And would you look at that Mr. Ridley has been shot. A group of drunk hunters wander onto the ranch and one of them shoots Mr. Ridley. Michael cauterizes the wound, which buys him enough time to make it to the hospital. Taylor and her mom stay with him while he recovers. This is one of many events Taylor has been dreaming about. Her powers are starting to let her see visions. Like before the ranch was attacked, she had a dream of dragons breathing fire on the old ranch. She really is living up to that wizard reputation. The Electro Clan has a meeting with Simon where he briefs them on the mission. First, they're going back to Taiwan to pick up Welch. After, they're going to sneak onto the island of Hades using a supply boat and free Quentin, then Tara and Torsten. The ultimate goal is to steal the jewel, and everybody, except for Grace, will be coming on this mission. Even Tanner. Finally! Tanner is such an interesting character. He was the first kid to rebel against Hatch, but he's just been on the sidelines for the past, 5 books now? Get this man in action. Taylor and her mom return to the ranch, and she breaks up with Michael, then drops out of the jewel attack. She says it's just not the right time for them. The rest of this is basically just Michael being sad, but there's a little moment he has with Jack that I really like. Jack is the first to hear about the breakup, and the guy who used to bully Michael and shove him around actually tells him that he was too good for her anyways. It's a quick interaction, but I love it for showing how far Jack has come since book 1. Taylor decides that she's going on the mission after all, and the Electro Clan heads out to Vegas. Partially because that's where their plane is, but also just to have some fun in case they all die horribly. Alright, I gotta read something for you again, because Richard Paul Evans has done it again. The kids are talking about getting tattoos in Vegas, and Nichelle shows one of hers, which is on her stomach. And he felt the need to add a line about her having a great stomach. What does that even mean, dude? Taylor apologizes for breaking up, and just like that, they're back together. The group lands in Taiwan and forms a plan to pick up Welch. They're going to meet him in front of a school and have McKenna dress up as a student to avoid suspicion. The plan falls apart when the Elgin ambush them and everyone is captured except for Michael and Taylor, until a certain someone shows up.
ディオ、11秒経過だぜ。動ける時間はそこまでのようだな。何？俺が時を止めた。9秒の時点でな。そして脱出できた。やれやれだぜ。
Cassie and Welch join the group, and Cassie drops some information. There's somebody above the voice in the resistance, and the voice isn't the one who started the resistance. Who could this mysterious individual be? A lot of filler later, and we're finally ready to attack Hades. There is a slight problem though. A massive storm is coming. This means that when the Electro Clan sails to Hades, there's no turning back unless they can escape on the Jewel. Gervaso's old military friend, JD, is going to be sailing them there. Taylor has a dream that they're surrounded by crocodiles on the island and being eaten until lightning strikes the island and everything turns to glass. But Michael is gone. Well, that can only mean good things, right? This ends part 7.
This is Delson Rowe. Do your worst.
JD radios the coast and informs them that he has the Electro Clan. Why do they trust anybody at this point? Hatch says that he wants them to go along with their plan, but he'll destroy them once they free Quentin and head to Hades to rescue Tara and Torsten, taking out all his enemies at once. This ends part 8.
I think it's about time you introduced yourself.
The storm rages on as the Electro Clan make their way to Quentin. He's doing about as well as you'd expect for someone locked in a monkey cage during a heavy thunderstorm. They free him and start to head to Hades. Along the way, they figure out that JD is a traitor. Taylor reads his mind, which is something I'm not going to include in this video. Taylor reads his mind, and Hatch plans to kill everyone in battle except for Michael and Taylor. He plans to... Hold on. He plans to Oh no, that is what it says. Hatch plans to eat Michael in a feast to celebrate the end of the resistance. I don't have any kind of witty comment on that one. That's just disgusting. It's time for the beginning of the end. The final battle between the Elgin and the Electro Clan. Everyone takes their battle stations while part of the group goes to rescue Tara and Torsten. Once they're free, they'll attempt to steal the jewel. Splitting the group like this is risky, but it's a way to lose the battle while still winning the war in a worst case scenario. This is an all-out showdown, and it's honestly kind of cool. Ian and Tanner take a watchtower so Ian can let everyone know what's happening while Tanner drops planes. Gervaso guards the entrance tunnel with a flamethrower. Jack gets a machine gun and the ammo straps. Like, this shit is serious. They released the entire prison of Hades. Now the Electro Clan have an army of their own. This ends part 9.
He decided to vandalize your billboard.
Gervaso is going to blow up the dock so the Elgin ships will have a harder time getting their troops to the island. He calls out to a group that he thinks is Welch and the Electric Kids going to attack the jewel, but it was actually some Elgin soldiers. They shoot him, but Gervaso blows himself up, taking down them and the dock with him. I am so mad. I was mad reading this. And I'm mad again recording it. Gervaso is not stupid enough to do something like yelling good luck at people he can't even see. I really liked this guy, and I'm very upset he's dead. Fuck part 10.
Hi, I was just wondering if you...
Nah, actually, I'm not done. Jack, who is probably my favorite character, has been through so much shit already, like losing Wade and now Gervaso, who was like a mentor and father figure to him. It just pisses me off that Gervaso, who is this badass military champion, dies for the sake of Jack's development. Alright, I'm done. For now.
It's quite lovely.
Michael takes command as the Elgin breach the island. Things aren't looking too good. But hey, Tanner finally gets to take down a helicopter. This ends part 11.
Alright, lady, bring it on.
This part is short. Basically, Austin and McKenna are watching everyone through the cameras in the central control room, and Austin says that he has an idea to help deal with the troops.
Yeah, pretty soon you guys are gonna run out of billboards for me to tag.
Austin's idea turns out to be unleashing the rats used to power the prison. This works as a great temporary solution, but eventually they die in the rain. The Elgin launch mortar shells at them, but Michael manages to deflect the initial impact with his magnetism. The shell still explodes, sending shrapnel everywhere, hitting and killing Tanner. Are you serious? I will never forgive you. The prison is falling quickly. Everyone is fucking dead and nobody knows what to do. Just then, lightning strikes the central tower. Michael begins absorbing more and more electricity to the point where he's glowing like a light bulb. He says goodbye to Taylor and walks away. Jack tries to grab him and begs for him to stay, because Jack can't lose another friend. Michael just looks at him. They both know this is the only way. He orders Zeus to take everyone to safety and makes his way to the tower. Ending part 13.
I can't control myself!
Part 14 isn't even a full page. It's just Hatch going, "Ooh, look, it's Vay. Shoot him." Let's get to the finale.
Stop calling!
Michael climbs the tower, becoming more electric as he goes. The bullets and shells fired at him just bounce off due to how powerful his magnetism has become. Michael reaches the top and overlooks the island. Long way from Idaho, right? was only for a fraction of a second, but Michael Vey did something that shouldn't be possible. He held lightning. Enough time to absorb and redirect that godly power straight into the Elgin fleet. Like an arrow, he blasted across the island, turning sand to glass, blinding anyone who saw the flash, and obliterating everything in its path. Hatch barely escapes with his life, once again crushed by Michael Vey. The Electro Clan dig themselves out of the rubble and silently look over the island. Transformed, destroyed, but victorious. This victory is not without loss. Gervaso, Tanner, and now Michael is nowhere to be seen. Taylor and Austin break down crying until Ian points to something in the distance. The jewel slowly rises from the ocean. Welch steers the sub onto shore and prepares to get everyone off the island. They tell him about Gervaso and Tanner, but he notices their silence. Where's Michael?